I apologize in advance for not having posted for like 3 weeks. I got a new computer and I got a little lazy and was also a little busy. But today I wanted to talk about forgiveness. And I think it's kind of an overlooked topic nowadays. Um, I don't feel like a lot of people forgive, whether that's themselves, other people. I think today's society lacks forgiveness. And I do see a lot of the opposite: hatred, what it means to hate. I think our society is so obsessed with hating things, people, ideas, and I don't think hatred is at all productive. And I think that if people were to be more forgiving of one another, I think a lot of problems in today's society would be solved. Hatred gets no one anywhere. It only seeks to destroy rather than create and bond. And to hate someone, I feel like is so strong. To hate something is such a powerful thing to say. I don't often say that I hate something unless I truly mean it. And I think hatred has become something that we tell ourselves is okay as long as we're right, as long as the person deserves it. But honestly, I don't think anyone deserves hatred. And hatred doesn't ask for any kind of context. It doesn't care about fairness, and it just wants a place to live inside of us, right? I feel like forgiveness is so much more constructive, so much more meaningful than hatred. I can't think of a situation where hatred is something that's beneficial to both parties, or even to one party in general. I feel like hatred is just something that we carry on our backs, and it all around makes us a more miserable person. I can't think of a time when I hated someone or something and I didn't feel like that hatred that I was carrying was a weight. And I feel like forgiveness is just a word that people look at and shrug or roll their eyes towards because it sounds weak, it sounds passive, and it sounds almost outdated. Like, why do I need to forgive people? And I don't think forgiveness was ever about pretending nothing had happened. It wasn't about forgetting this weight on your soul, that hatred. But I think it was rather more about holding on to hatred doesn't punish the person who hurt you. It doesn't hurt them. It's like carrying a sword by the blade. You think by carrying this weapon, you're going to be able to combat another person, but in reality, all you're doing is cutting your hand open. It's a weight that you don't need to carry, and there is no benefit to carrying it. And I think when we hate people and things, you start seeing things in black and white. You start seeing people as categories instead of these individual beautiful people. You assume the worst of anyone before they even open their mouth or you know their intention. And you protect yourself so much that nothing good can really come of anything. And we call that strength more often than not. But I don't think it's right to say that being strong means you're angry all the time. Strength is having every reason to be bitter, but choosing not to be. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you forget the wrongdoings that people have done to you. It means you remember, but you don't bleed every time you think about it. And that's hard, and I get that. And I'm not a perfect person either. And it takes courage to be able to forgive someone who doesn't deserve it. But just because hatred feels powerful, and it feels good in the moment, and it makes you feel justified, alert, and in control, over time it's going to exhaust you. It's going to make you tired of carrying it. And if you look around now, we live in a world where people are more committed to being right than to being kind, more interested in winning arguments than understanding more willing to cancel, label, and destroy than just sit in discomfort and listen. And maybe that's because forgiveness forces us to see something uncomfortable. That maybe the people that we hate so much are more like us than we truly realize and that we truly want to admit. But forgiveness isn't an excuse for harming others. It just refuses to simply multiply hatred, because I feel like it multiplies so easily. You look around today and everyone online, everyone in person is so angry. They're so angry at other people and they refuse to let go of this weight that only weighs down themselves. And that weight multiplies as they spread it, like a disease that can't be controlled. And I think forgiveness is just a message that say, this stops with me. It doesn't need to spread anymore. And I refuse to let it. And imagine if more of us lived that way. If we chose healing over revenge, peace over proving a point, and softness in a world that keeps rewarding cruelty. I'm not saying this is ever going to be easy, and I'm not saying it will be. Some wounds take years, some scars never truly fade, but I think you have to put in the effort to forgive those who don't deserve it. And hatred will never heal what it didn't create. Forgiveness is not about them, it never was. It's about healing yourself from carrying something that was never meant to be yours forever. And in a society drowning in anger and hatred, I think forgiveness might be one of the most rebellious, powerful choices you can make, and one that I think everyone should. Love.